Hi, welcome to Hyperdog Digital. This is Scott. Today we're going to take a look at another smart fitness bracelet, smart wristband according to the box here. This one's put out by Kybeco, C-Y-B-E-C-O is how that's spelled. Not a whole lot on the box itself. There is some information on the back. It's pretty much just giving you some of your standard stuff, pedometer, distance, calories, sleep monitoring, call reminder, SMS, WeChat notifications. It can be used as a music remote, a camera remote. It can be used to help find your phone if you misplace it. IP67 water resistance. That's about it. Standard stuff on there, like I said. So let's go ahead and just open this up and take a look at what is inside. First off, we have the instructions, and this is one of those fabulous fold-out pamphlets. Not the biggest fan of these, but at least there are some decent instructions in here that will hopefully help us figure out how to use this thing and use it to its full potential. We'll put that aside. Here is the fitness band itself. Pretty standard design on it. It still looks pretty nice. It's a nice soft kind of rubber band on it. Nothing too spectacular about it, but I can't imagine it'd be too uncomfortable. It's all plastic. It doesn't look like there's any metal on here. You obviously have your heart rate sensor on the bottom, and then I believe to charge this guy, yep, you just pull off one side of the band, and you can see the little pins there, so you can slide this into a USB slot and charge it up that way. It's already got some juice in it, straight from wherever it came from, the void of Amazon. So you got a pretty decent sized screen on here. It's not color, so it's just your regular black and white, as most of these are. And you got a little circle button down here on the bottom that you can press that allows you to scroll through the different screens on here that are available. So that's really about it. There's nothing too out of the ordinary about it. Like I said, it's a decent little build on here. It looks pretty nice. We'll try it out here for the next couple days, and the next part of the video will be what I thought and how well it's been working. Thanks. Okay, so we've spent a few days using this fitness tracker, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot. It fits well, although I wish the band was a little bit bigger. I think this is maybe a smaller size for me. I have to use just a second to the last notch on here. There you go. So it doesn't leave me much options as far as that goes. It worked well as far as using it in the water. I didn't dive with it or go swimming or anything, but I did give the kids a couple of baths, and didn't have any problems with it getting wet and getting underwater or anything like that. Charge time takes roughly about 45 minutes to an hour, and there's no real any kind of indication to tell you that it's done charging, so I just kind of had to guess and pull it off and look a couple of times, and it was charged up at one point, and so I just took it at that time frame. It lasts about 2 to 3 days, depending on how much you use it and what other options you have turned on, which isn't too bad. I expected it to last a little bit longer than that, but it wasn't too bad. It lasts more than a day, so that's generally better than a lot of others. Other than that, it seemed to work very well. It kept good track of my steps. I didn't do too many other exercises to really test with, but definitely the steps, a little bit of running and stuff like that, seemed to work out fine. And it was pretty accurate, kept up with the steps that were on my phone and on my my Pebble. So the heart rate sensor was also very well, very good, very accurate. Again, I kept track of that with what I had on my phone, and also with a portable wrist blood pressure monitor, so I was able to make sure that it was accurate compared to those two items, and it was very accurate. So definitely no problems with that. I didn't have any problems with it losing connection to my phone or anything like that. Synchronizing with the app was you know, it does that every time you start it up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the app, because that is really the next most important thing to just the device itself, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here is the app for the smart wristband here. This is called Smart Wristband 2 is the app, so very descriptive. This is the main screen, the home screen, as you can see here. And it kind of gives you just a quick rundown of basically your steps. And then you can also click on the little heart here that will give you you can get your current heart rate. And you can click this and it will activate the heart rate sensor on the device. And let's see if we can get a reading here. And there we go. So that will come up, and you can do that as often as you want. As you can see, it will also put it down on the bottom so that you can keep track of that if you want to. And there are settings that you can do here as well. So if you want to set you know, your maximum minimum heart rate that you want to have on here, and then an alarm if it goes beyond either of those two thresholds. Going back to the main screen here, there isn't really anything else you can do here as far as the steps go. You can just see what it is, and the graph down at the bottom there is just for that particular day. It gives you how many calories and the distance that you've gone. So if you want to go to trends, trends will actually show you the different days. So right now we're looking at October 24th, which is today, and you can go back to other days, and then of course you can select on here and drag across and get your different readings for each time of the day here. And then down at the bottom, of course, it gives you your total steps, calories, your distance, and then for some reason bicycle is on here, but nothing else. Of course, you can back out and look at it from a monthly view, excuse me, or from a yearly view. And it's basically the same amount of information here if you're looking at your sleep as well. And it don't look like, yeah, there we go, there's some data there. So here's the sleep information that you can look at as well. And as you can see here, it tells you your total sleep, your deep sleep, light sleep, waking sleep, and sleep efficiency. And again, you can back out to a monthly view and drag across and get all the information that you want from there. Now you do have a couple of other options. You can do running and bicycling. So if you decide to go do one of these, you can come right in here, click on one of these, and it will sync your GPS to your phone, and will allow you to, and you can see here it says GPS medium, and once you hit start, then it will track where you're going, give you your duration, your speed, all this kind of stuff information here. And it's the same for bicycling. You know, not really anything different to indicate difference from bicycling from walking, but that's the information you have. And then of course you can do a couple of different exercises, jumping rope, sit-ups, and this is basically the screen you get for this. It'll tell you how many times, your counts, how long you've been doing your sit-ups, whatever exercise that you're choosing here. And of course you have a history for each one of these as well, which will give you, you know, how long you've done any of these exercises, what time, what date, that kind of information. And of course the last screen is your settings, and this is pretty much, you know, the generic stuff that you get for most of these type of fitness watches. You know, you use a profile that you can set up on here. You can change that information, which will give you you know, a little bit of information. It'll set, you know, your heart rate and everything from that. You can change your goals, you know, your steps goals, your calories, your sleep, and then of course all the different options here, all the different things you can turn on. You can allow it to control your music, your camera, your video. You can turn on or off the incoming call notification, And the nice thing about this this fitness watch and this software is that it does give you a lot more different notifications than some of the other ones. Most will give you the incoming call and the SMS notify, but this will also give you WeChat, Facebook, Twitter, Skype, WhatsApp, a few others. So that is a plus right there, I think. Of course, you got your sedentary notify, so if you want to set that up to tell you to get up and move around. You can set the clock manually if you want, I'm sorry, actually this is for setting alarms. And then my wristband is basically just telling you which one you have connected, and if you lose connection for some reason, you can come in here and reconnect it. You can find your device, which will vibrate the device. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be if you've lost a device and all it's doing is vibrating. You're probably not going to be able to locate it, but you know, that option is there. Manage device doesn't really seem to give anything in here, so I'm not sure what that is supposed to do. And then of course you can clear data, which is basically resetting it. There's a manual you can check for device update, so on and so forth. So that's basically the software. It's not bad. I wish it did a little bit more. I wish the heart rate sensor was a daily thing and that you could see a graph of that. But that's not available here. The other thing I think was a little bit strange, and that I wish they allowed a little bit more customization, is on these screens here on the outdoor and indoor. It gives you just these you know, couple of exercises and whatever. I wish that there was a way to add or change some of these, like perhaps you know, you wanted to do walking, or you wanted to add in you know, just cardio or something like that, or you know, some other exercise that you wanted to track. I wish that there's a selection maybe to choose from, but that does not seem to be the case here. But possibly that's something that will come along later in another version. So there's the software, and doesn't look too bad to me. So there you go. That is the fitness watch here. Again, this is a very good fitness watch. I didn't have any problems with it. The app worked very well. There weren't any problems as far as language or anything like that. Everything that was on there, it said it was going to do. It did well. There were a couple of things that I wish this fitness watch did that it doesn't do. Sort of like, you know, keeping track of your heart rate on a daily basis. But these are things that when you're looking for a fitness watch, you're gonna look for it and say, okay, it does this or doesn't do that, you know, and that's gonna kind of gauge what kind of fitness watch you're gonna get. So I'm not going to hold it against this one. It wasn't a function of it, and it was clearly stated that. So you know, if it's not something that's high on your list of things, then this is still a very good fitness watch to use. Like I said, it was very accurate. It worked well. It did what it said it was going to do, and you know, so for that I was happy with it. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if it was, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave comments if you got any, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because we'll have more videos coming. That's about it. So thanks for joining us here at Hyperdog Digital, and I hope to see you again soon.